let's begin. So we won't wait for Nicole. She'll join when she does. Um, yeah. So let me give you guys a quick reminder. It has been a bit of time since we played. People have been off saving the world heroically from COVID-19, and others have been down in Tasmania having dinner parties. So yeah, um, and what happened is that the League of Night Rustlers, having successfully conquered the sorceress of the Silent Sea, decided that some of them would stay and some would go. Bill the Bard decided he would stay. Neen decided she would go with you. Fate decided that she would stay. And the rest of you rejoined the Farsi and headed off into the distance. Upon which arriving at the ship eventually, after you rode through there, you guys got to find yourselves in a storm. And those of you who might recall the storm, it was pretty ferocious, and the ship was lost essentially. Yeah, what is that noise? They're getting wet though. Oh, Toll the Dead. There we go. Ah, there we go. Excellent. Well, that's what we need. Bring a bit of realism to it all. So, oh, look at you. Good to go. Hey, you are good to go. You get 4 points for that. The key thing is that you've been washed upon the shore. Those of you who remember being washed upon the shore, it wasn't a pleasant task, or wasn't a pleasant experience, I might add. Once you've got upon the shore, you've realised that you are now enveloped in this mist. You might recall that as you staggered around collecting what pieces that you could, out of the mist came a carriage. Maybe some less volume on the sound effects. Okay, we can achieve that. Does it? Okay. How's that? Am I audioed enough? That's all good. Yeah. Ben's voted with his feet around what he thinks about the noise. Oh, let's check it out. Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, get some of that. Get some of that going. So, coming to the, I guess the. Let me just here. You found yourselves on the land. This coach has pulled up, and this dark figure, as written in the notes there, has stepped out of the carriage, come over, rustled through some of your belongings, and taken a book that you had taken from the sorceress. Ben, I believe you had something to do with the book, reading it, etc., etc. And you noticed that as he departed, he said, turned to you all and said, "Well, I should have you for dinner sometime. Let's do that soon." hopped into his carriage and disappeared back into the mists. So currently you are staring towards the mist and gathering what little bits and pieces of the fast lily that you can. So at this particular point, I'm going to pass over to you guys, and you can decide what you want to do. It's morning, so the storm occurred overnight. In the middle of the night, the ship was basically lost, and you've woken up coughing and spluttering, having been washed ashore onto this parent island, cloaked in mist. You can see tall mountains off to your left, and sort of peeking above the mist. But pretty much there's this forest, and as you can see on the screen that you're looking at. There's grey skies and a storm behind you, and the turret sea as it crashes upon the shore. But in essence, what you can see in front of you is almost a wall of mist that extends left and right along the shore, and basically you can only see perhaps a couple of 100 yards before any feature is lost into the grey. You sure can. So it's not hovering around you. When did you activate it? No. Well then, hang on. You've been washed in a shipwreck. Yes, you do still have your drift globe. So it's not nighttime, it's daytime, but it's very dim. So as you turn it on, you create a sphere of sunlight. It certainly does assist to penetrate the mist a little bit, but if you've ever been in a fog and there's headlights, you'll know that in actual fact sometimes the light reflecting back actually obscures your vision. Okay, so you're sending them about 120 feet each way to the maximum range that you can control them. Okay, as you look to the right, and I won't say which way is which at this stage because you really have no bearing. The sun is up, but you can't really tell. It hasn't breached the horizon yet, if that makes sense. So it's there's a light, but it hasn't breached a particular. It could be behind a mountain or something like that, but you can't really determine exactly. Not that you've really looked anyway, but I won't say north, south, east, or west. But to the right, you see a figure staggering along the beach about 100 feet away. Okay, so if you're going to cast that, just throw it up in chat for me, please. Or yep, fantastic. Okay, you don't get any pings on that. No ping. Nothing in your waters or your whiskies. This figure continues to move towards you. It's either staggering or it's moving along the rocks and jumping moving itself agilely between them. It's moved about another 20-30 feet at this stage. Did you want to? Anyone want to do anything? Yep. Give me a perception check. Right. Did anyone else see that roll? So are you a subscriber, are you? Or do you get my thing? You need to turn your digital dice off. So go to your little character portrait setting. Right down the bottom, it's digital dice alpha. Turn it off. Right. Yeah, so you're not in the... Yeah, you're got to get the roll 20 in the right game. That's okay. Yep, so I think I've adjusted your character sheets. I think I've adjusted all your character sheets. So you have what equipment? And 17, which is a pretty good... so you don't recognise this form that's coming down. But what you do see is that it seems to be wearing sort of odd sort of garments, almost like a religious figure might. Yeah, it looks like that. Priest or some sort of monk or something like that. In his mouth. Yep, so taking an action, you turn invisible. Okay, so at this particular point, this figure approaching starts to, obviously it's been attracted by the dancing lights and the drift globe that was in another realm has suddenly appeared here as Kelly's appeared. The creature sort of breaks through the fog, and you can see this sort of tall figure that also does look like it's been, sort of washed away by the ocean. And over to you, Will. Have you been listening to everything that's been going on? Your audio is really poor, so you need to turn up your mic gain or speak into your microphone. Oh, is he doing it as a character? Oh, fuck. You're still very odd, very soft though. I can hardly hear you, so I don't know about the others, but are you talking, Will? All right. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Okay. So it says, where am I? In common. Yeah, you can absolutely absolutely can. All right, so roll a stealth, and Will, can you give me a perception check? Thanks. Okay, so perception 6. Yeah, so lady, yeah, okay, why is that twice? Just try, you try, Ben, just try anything. Yeah, yeah, that's a common area. It's a ID 10T error, Lucas. Wow, okay. Maybe you're doing advantage. Maybe you've got something set in the. Yeah, you're it from now on. Okay, so at this particular point, though, Lady Rach, what did you want to do? So, Will, can you describe your garments for? Yeah, he's grounded. That's all right. And what you discover as you are frisking him invisibly, uh, without him realizing, is that he's wearing these clothes as he's described. But what you can determine is he's got a number of darts, throwing darts in his around his clothing, and you also notice he's wearing a signet ring. How many? Give me another stealth check. Will, give me another perception. It's got a 3, 4 times now. That's fantastic. Wow, 21 is what we're taking, and a perception of 18. You are still at advantage, Lady Rach. You discover that he has 10 darts interwoven around his clothing as he's there talking to Lord Benton. So, before you do anything else, Lord Benton and Ringo, please continue your conversation. You're done with the conversation, all right. Okay, so Lady Rach, you're going to now try and take how many darts? Okay. All right. Um, well, give me your first stealth roll. Will, give me a perception roll. So he has absolutely no idea. So you've managed to get 5 darts so far. Did you want to get? Did you want to go for the other 5? It's on his finger. No, it doesn't have a gemstone. All right, okay, hang on. I'll get another one for you, just for you. Are you ready? Eyes wide open. There we go. Look at that. Spectacular. Okay. Um, so at this particular point, I'm just going to give Ludacris and Nix the opportunity to take any actions that you might want to be doing, or tell me what you're doing while Lord Benton is engaging with this stranger. And Lady Rach has disappeared into the fog and is now fumbling in his dress. Looking for Buddy. So there is nothing at this stage that you can see that looks like a chest or part thereof. What you can, however, ascertain is that Neen is no longer with you. There are some bodies of the crew now washed up upon the shore as well. 4. Okay, let's loot the bodies then. You get 17 silver pieces and 2 pouches amongst them. Uh, Silver pieces, 4 in one, 6 in another. And the other silver pieces were just in their pockets or other places that they store treasures. You find nothing else of note. You see some rope burn, as if on their hands, but they have been drowned. They were the sailors that you recognise, and had been lost to the depths, now washed upon the shore. Okay, that sounds quite reasonable. So, what I would ask you to do now, though, is just give me 2 seconds. No, can't see any towns. Beach and mist. You notice, of course, well, not notice, but you realise, of course, that there is a road that leads away from the shore, the one that the carriage with the strange gentleman took. Is that? Am I getting feedback? Is that anyone else getting that? It might be. It was, but yeah, I'll try and keep it low. You getting the feedback, Ben, too? Yeah, but so's Ben. Yeah, quite possibly. Wouldn't surprise me, given that we can hear you clunking away. So what I might do is just get you to mute if you're not talking. Kelly's done a runner. Okay, Lady Rach, you're a... Oh, we just can't see you. You've gone... Oh, there you go. Need to... Yeah, we need to turn your... Need to turn your camera, because all we can see is old mate coming through your streamers there. There you go, look at that. Fantastic. Lord Benton and Ringo, you have anything more to say to each other at this particular point? Ringo clearly not noticing that he's now 5 darts less, and Lady Rach, you can add 5 darts to your equipment. No, it's COVID. We do elbows. or or otherwise. Lady Rach, let's come to you. So you're standing close to Ringo. You've just pocketed 5 darts. What are your next move? You're muted. This would be the... On his finger! Oh, wow. Okay. Alright, well, you get to roll perception, but with advantage. Yeah, you roll it twice, yeah. this next one, oh. So as you're talking to this stranger on the beach, it's as if you feel someone grabbing your finger softly. It's kind of really weird. They feel cold, um, but yeah, it's an odd feeling. But you kind of feel there's something going on with your finger, and then suddenly you feel your signet ring being sort of tried to be pulled off. It's not coming off, but it's like your finger's being pulled by some sort of invisible force. Okay, so you're going to do like you're going to do a strike. So I'm going to get you to do an unarmed strike, and if you're successful, so you're at disadvantage. What's your armor class, Lady Rach? So you just click on unarmed strike. Whether, yeah, see the little hand and the left hand's. Click on that. Yep. So no, I need it twice because he's got this. Because Lady Rach is invisible, he's got disadvantage. Yeah. So you turn, strike, and grab something. Lady Rach, he's got your arm. What are you going to do? Okay. Um, then, Will, you get your second attack as it now, this strange thing now struggles against you. Disadvantage, yes, because she's invisible. Yeah, so with disadvantage, you go from you did a 20 and a 1. That's just cracker. How good's that? I thought you were just getting ready because there's like, he's just suddenly having some sort of, you know, kung fu fit in front of you. So I thought you were just being like, Lady Rach, uh, you take 4 hit points damage, um, and but you've managed to move out of the way at this particular point. However, you've taken 4 bludgeoning hit points damage. Um, right. So it's now your action. Yes. Will, can you give me a perception check, please? Yeah. And yeah, no, that's okay. Wow. Right, you sort of go, well, that was a fucking, I'm sure there was something there. There's some weird shit. So, yeah, you describe that whatever you want. So, Nix, as you've come over, you see this guy just sort of suddenly flinch, do some weird kung fu shit, and now sort of does what, Will? Show us on the bear. Correct. The yeah, so it's certainly it's as if that road comes to this part of like a rocky beach, um, but yeah, You can't really tell. It disappears. You can't tell whether it's a cove, but it certainly goes a couple of 100 yards left and right of you, and it's very rocky. Um, Obviously, Ringo has approached from the right-hand side, as I described before. Is there a what? Sorry. Well, it's roaring ocean. Yeah, pounding. Let Yeah, so left to right along the shore. Um, it's like ocean in the ocean bit, rocks in the rocky bit, mist and forest in the mist and foresty bit. I don't know how else I can tell you. And yeah, there's a slight breeze, etc. Did you want to look for anything particular, or do any sort of more? Yeah, you can't see any current in the ocean. It's too turbulent. Um, yeah, so it's like the morning after a big storm, that kind of effect in the ocean. You know that there's a breeze still up, and the swell is up, and it's just grey and misty, and it's now starting to rain. Yeah, so right, so sorry, I've missed that. In front of you is a mist-shrouded forest. There's a part of a road that this carriage was on that tunnels into that forest and leads away from the part of the shore that you're standing at. Um, you can make out just over to the left, sort of close left. You can make out the tops of shapes of a mountain some distance away through the mist that's now being sort of illuminated, um, as the sun has begun to now rise. That's right. Benty does not know that you're there. So you're going ahead. Yeah, no, that's what you said. So give me a stealth roll. That's Oof, 26. That's that's awesome. Hey, just for you guys, I think in the Beyond 20, if you click on your little red thing, I think you can actually set always roll twice. So you can just go to normal roll, or just roll with advantage, or something like that. Anyway, just thought I'd let you know. Okay, so Lady Rach, very stealthily, quite impressive with a 26, just fades away along the road. You notice that there are black pools of water standing like dark mirrors in and around the muddy roadway. Giant trees loom on both sides of the road, their branches clawing at the mist. You turn around and you see that your compatriots have not yet left and are not actually following you at this particular point. And you've gone about 30 yards. Hey, what are the rest of you guys doing now? Yes, and none of you have heard or see her pass. So at this stage, you are all standing there, staring strangely at Ringo. Ringo's staring strangely at you. He's 5 darts lighter. Yeah, so you're about 30 yards away, but there is mist between you and them. I need you to do a perception check, please, Lady Rach. Yes. Right, okay. I'll stop searching for what I was looking for. There's no point. Okay, great. You're in the mist. You can see your compatriots at the surf's edge standing on the rocks. Ringo, are you going to take any action or do anything? So yes, you do have your ring. You still do have your scroll tucked in a very special spot. And you also notice that you are missing half of your darts. Right. Me darts, me darts. In a minute, yeah. You're observing this as you've turned around to watch. Yeah, that's very good. That's the other game. That's the other game, Ben. That's good. Okay, so do you all now depart? So just before the party departs towards you, Lady Rach, you've observed this go on, the spoon sipping of whiskey, the scurrying of the new strange person from a strange land who says he has an airship. What do you want to do, Lady Rach, as you stand there invisible as the rain drops around you and there's a silence that seems quite bizarre? It's as if you can just a sec, it's as if you can no longer hear the ocean roaring. It's as if you've suddenly stepped into a zone where, sure, you can hear things, but there's something missing. Over to you. You sure can. It seems a bit theatrical. You've got a 16 on your inside. It's looking. It's almost if you, in your mind's eye, you can imagine that she made herself invisible, stole something from your new companion, and then scampered off. But who would believe that? I mean, seriously. Right. So, with that, anyone else taking any action upon the shore before they head into the mist? Okay, so you find yourselves walking, which seems to be in a westerly direction. Our ranger detects now that the sun has breached a little further. The fog continues to claw or hang in the trees. The branches stark against the white out like backdrop. As you are walking along, I'll get you all to do a perception check, please. Will you be at advantage? Yes, I will give you that as a ranger. You sure will. So 23. 23. So you've got your drift globe floating. Okay. If you have a look in Facebook Messenger chat, you notice ahead that the road continues into the mist, and there are 3 ravens that seem to be sitting in a tree. Yes, they are. Their beady little eyes looking towards you, watching. I don't know. How are you going to determine that? You can do an Arcana check. You're going to try and catch one to perform the Arcana check on it. I'm probably thinking it is, yeah, unless you just want to, do some sort of nature check to see if they seem bizarrely more odd than normal. So the party stops, I take it, and a quick conversation occurs between Lord Benton and Nix as they look up. The rest of you see where they're looking, and you can see those ravens. As suddenly as they appeared before you, they take flight. Love my raven sound effects. The hark of the raven. It disappears. Fuck you all, raven. Oh, jeez. Sorry. Need someone to mute, I think. I've turned my music down. That started a bit high. So, ravens take off. Do you continue your journey into the forest? Okay, give me a survival or a nature check, your choice, one or the other. All right. So you do see that there's a set of footprints in the mud. On the edge, occasionally they come out, but otherwise they seem to have been deliberately walking just off the edge of the road. They're humanoid footprints and booted. Then, of course, there is the coach and horse tracks, fresh. They keep going along the road, the same direction as you. So all of you continue to follow, as Lord Benton has determined that you continue to go forward. Okay, so I'm assuming that everyone should be able to see the party token that is on your map. Has everyone? Yep, got that. Okay, so as you move over the next sort of couple of hours, out of the mist comes these rather large gates. The fog spills out of the forest to swallow up the road behind you. Ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides of the road, are high stone buttresses looming grey in the fog. Huge iron gates hang on the stonework. Wet dew clings with a cold tenacity to the rusted bars. The two headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate, their heads now lying among the weeds at their feet. They greet you only in silence. Do you continue? They're at about the distance that you see. Ignore the horse rider. That is just, you know, you're about where the horse rider dude is. Let's say that. Yes, they do. And as you, yep, you sure can. Yep, they look like gates. You've not heard of anything like them ever before. Well, you guys tell me what you want to do. So the gates aren't open. I'm sorry, they are shut. Um, but as you begin to move forward, the gates begin to swing, screeching on the hinges as they move. You get the idea. So the gates now open. Give me a perception check if you want to look for birds. So you guys are now moving through the gates. Is that correct? Not yet. You're just right there at the gates. Okay. You catch something moving to the north above the tree line. It was a black flash. It could have been a wing, could have been a raven, could have been something else black flying. Okay, is anyone else going to take any action at this particular point? Want to do anything? So the gates have swung open. Yeah, you sure can. Give me a, what are you looking for? Well, as you can see in the image, they're stone heads. Give me a history check. They seem to be like nameless faces. So basically, they seem to be a generic face. It's not as if any care has been taken to provide any kind of feature. So, and they look very similar in their identity, which is a nameless, faceless person. Okay. You muted, Lucas. As you enter the gates, Siri thinks I'm talking to her. As you enter the gates, they begin to swing close. No, you all went through, didn't you? The gates have closed behind you. Yep. So it's mid-morning now. It's mid-morning. Oh yeah, the fog is still there. The sun is dim and it's intermittently raining. So as you head towards the southwest now, the track begins to curve around, as you can see on your map. You're sort of staggering, a bit like Lord Benton after a big night. After several whiskies, as you come to this part of the track, you can see ahead perhaps an opening in the forest. But what catches your attention is what is to the east. No, but the fire is not that bright. It's just, imagine the fire, but not that bright with just smoke. Smoke. What is that thumping? Is that? Can anyone else hear that? Okay. It sounds like two coconuts. Does anyone else hear that? Okay. Yeah, it sounds. There you go. It stopped. I think it was something to do with the map. Okay. So it is just off to the side there of the track. So smoke is coming up. There seems to be some sort of rough shelter that's been put up. There's tower. This is just what you see from the road. So I'm just going to give you a bit more description about what you see from the road. Okay. So first, those towering trees, the tops are lost in the heavy grey mist. It's still this death grey light everywhere. The tree trunks are naturally close to one another, and the woods have the silence of a forgotten grave. Now, Lady Rach, that's the thing that suddenly you realise is that you shouldn't be looking at your phone, you should be paying attention. So, what you realise is it suddenly dawns onto you that there are no sounds of a forest. There are no birds, there are no creatures, there is just silence. And a little bit of rustling in the leaves as the breeze moves them, but there are no animal sounds. So as you look upon it and towards this camp, Lady Rach, you get a feeling as if there's a forgotten grave, there's a silence, some sort of unvoiced scream. You sure can. Okay. Ringo, you hear this woman who just appeared kind of out of nowhere say, can I say to everybody, let's just stop. And you think to yourself, well, she speaks quite formally. So you guys have stopped. You sure can. Does anyone else want to do a perception check? So I've got Ludicrous, Lady Rach, Ringo, you doing one? And he rolls natural 20. Oh, Ringo. As the wind wafts around and you are standing at the rear with Nix, remember, you guys were slightly behind. Yeah, sharing your experiences. A metallic scent. Yeah, metallic sort of scent. You recognize it. You've smelt it before. It's the smell of decay. It's the smell of death. It's something it's wafted from the location of this fire, this no. No, you got a 7, Lady Rach. Yeah. No, it's a nice try. Yeah. Nix, you notice it too. You sort of notice what first you notice is that this traveller that you've just met suddenly sort of stops and looks, and then he starts to sniff into the air. Of course it would be Lord Benton. Who else would it be? Yeah, sure. Yep. Give me a survival check. Okay. I'll give that to you. Hours. Yeah. 1 set. Yeah. 2 feet, 1 set, traveling the same. But what you do notice is that they continue on past this encampment. You can tell that they paused. Yes, they did. And then you can tell that they actually hastened their pace past it. Except his Air Force, that's not, you know. It's like, on me is like, when Air Force says on me, it's very rare, but what they mean is that I've got a credit card and I'm shouting the bar. When I say on me as an army guy, it means that we're in the middle of the forest, we haven't had a shower for 2 weeks, and I want everyone to come here because I'm going to give them a bunch of orders that's going to make their life even more miserable. Oh yeah, no, I've got absolutely no doubt. Like, that's what I've said to Will, if he was ever going to join the Defence Force, don't join the Army, join the Air Force. As you step now towards the stairs, as what she said. Ooh, hang on, I'm stretching you guys. There we go. As you step in towards this encampment, the foul scent leads you to a human corpse, half buried in the underbrush, about 15 feet in from the campsite that you can see. It's a young man. He appears to be a commoner. His muddy clothes are torn and raked with claw marks. Crows have been at the body, which is surrounded by the paw prints. The man has obviously been dead for several days. He holds a crumpled envelope in one hand. So the letter in the letter in his hand is sealed. There's a large B set into the wax seal. The parchment is worn and flimsy and slightly damp. So what are the rest of you doing? So I assume you haven't done this with any kind of stealth, so everyone has seen you take the letter. Yeah, did you want to do a bit of a search around, Lord Benton? There's no staked. Yeah, no, wrong movie. So, so, no, he's been clawed. He's got claw marks. Yeah. Yeah. Don't know what's going on there. You see wolf tracks everywhere. You recognise the pack behaviour. You see that they've circled him first, sniffed him out, terrified him, chased him down and torn him apart. As you look around the campsite, you see first thing that takes your attention is that the fire is still smoking. Yet, Lady Rach has mentioned that the body looks like it's been there for some time. There is a single wet blanket and a knapsack underneath the parchment that is like a hoochie, basically, like a single flap of material tied to the trees. There is a cup, and that's all that you can see. And the body is about 15 feet from there. The pack contains some dried meat. It contains another piece of paper, and on the piece of paper is written a short set of instructions. Dalvin, it reads, take this to the gates, place it upon it. Again, it's signed with a B. It is plain, it has nothing on it, however it has a large B set into the wax seal. Dalvin, it says, D-A-L-V-A-N. Take this and place it on the gates. can. Okay, so as you search his pockets, give me an investigation. Anyone else doing anything else? Ringo, have you been removed by your mother to do washing up or something, or what's going on? He's gone. Oh, there he is. There he is. Yeah, so you open the envelope. Are you going to share the contents of it with anyone? You're Rach Johnson, aren't you, Rach? Yep, cool. Can you just check on Facebook? There you go. So the pack have moved into the east, so to the right of the map. As let me just show you. So they've moved off in this direction. Yep. Do you show them the letter? Okay. You're through the gates. What are you doing? So if you scroll down, you should have. Yeah, no, there should be down below it. If you scroll down, you should see the actual text to help you who are illiterate. A wolf howl echoes through the forest. It sounded close, Ludicrous. Within a mile. Do you take the letter? You've kept the letter? Lady Rach, you've kept the letter? Is your drift globe still active? Well, you only have one amongst you all. No, sorry. No, you don't have one. Sorry, Nix. Yep, Kels. Welcome.
Is that what we're doing? Cool.
Yeah.
We all just read the letter. That's pretty much where we're at.
Cool.
Is Dunker's fate with us?
No, but just give me. You guys work out what you're gonna do.
We go back to the road, and I'll hover at the back of the pack.
Okay, well, that's my new weapon.
And we definitely need to find a shop because I really need like some more weapons and some more armor. Would be awesome.
I need crossbow bolts.
I've got some, so if it
Have
comes
you?
to it, yeah, I can give you some.
Thank you.
Someone might have darts.
I don't
Well-
know how many I have.
Yeah, someone might.
Well,
Hey,
no-
Lady Rage, I'll give you 20 crossbow bolts.
No way! Thank
Yep.
you.
What do you
So I'll
want
take
to
20 off mine.
You're the best.
Cool.
So you're either stealing or manipulating. Either way, you walk away with more items. I'm just like rolling my eyes, going, respect.
I'm also just sharing some of the stuff that I've got. You know, you could give that whiskey back if you want.
Well,
Yeah, Nix has been so generous tonight.
Wow.
this is like,
And my horse is, but I still have like all the bits for the horse, the bit and bridle. I don't need any
so you've
more.
got
That
horses.
could be useful.
No,
Maybe it'll turn up.
What happened to Bessie?
That's so sad. That's worse than, almost as bad as boots. It's not worse than boots.
I
R.I.P.
know,
Boots.
poor Boots.
God, I'd have given up my invisibility ring for boots.
We'll get you another cat.
Yeah.
So we return along the road, Duncan, and we travel down it.
Do we see any cats?
Okay. Give me 2 seconds.
I was ready to take a raven.
And Nicole, we have a new companion in our group.
I
Ringo.
noticed. Hey, Will.
Hello, hi.
Hi. I'm sorry, Quinn's not here.
So, Nicole,
That's
just
okay.
quickly on your text message, just before we continue, I'm recording this
Oh, yeah.
as a. I'm
Oh.
not streaming it. I'm just recording it at the moment. So that's
Okay.
just what we look like on that recording. So you're happy to consent to continue to record?
Yeah, of course.
There you go. See, I just don't ask you, Ben. Basically.
You didn't ask my consent. Just took it,
Cool.
Just like the darts.
just like the darts. Took it and then made me feel like a fool. So have we all read this letter now at this point?
Yeah.
Alright. So this burgomaster effectively told us we should bail and get holy men to circle this whole vicinity because there'd be vampires.
Yeah.
But
Rach, you're muted, and Lucas, I need you to do a perception check, please.
yeah, but he did talk about money. I mean, he killed an evil queen. I'm sure we can take some lame ass vampires.
Ringo, I'll get you to do a perception check too, please.
Just say how much money. And Dalvin
Much wealth.
died for it.
God. We're all gonna die.
Weak.
Let's do it.
It's a lot of money. We didn't keep any of the money from last time.
Well, we didn't get to. We were whisked. Yeah, it's almost like the gods want us to conquer this land and take the much wealth. That's what I'm getting from this. It's a sign.
You're so wise, Benji.
Right, I'm a lord. This is
Nix,
what
I
we
need
do.
you to do a perception check, please.
Oh, okay.
We're all gonna die.
Very comforting. It's the last time I give you whiskey.
And also, Nix, can I just confirm what you did with the drift globe?
I turned it
And you
off
placed it where?
in my
Look
pocket.
is
In your
gone.
pocket?
Can it still hover around
No,
us
Left or right pocket?
if it's turned off? Left.
Thank you.
Crap.
Take a bite of your globe.
As your party is
fucking-
conversing, wondering what to do with this letter, looking at it, considering it, you look up. It's as if there's a flutter again. A black shape disappears, flying to the west or southwest along the road.
Reagan.
As you trace it, you see another figure coming towards you, running.
So Ludicrous is at the front.
Yep.
With Lady Rach, then Benty, then
At
Ringo
the
and
back,
I.
But they're all stopped talking
At
about
the
what
back.
they're doing. They're listening to Lord Benton convince them that there's great wealth to be had and that they should stay and take that wealth. As this figure is running towards the party.
Ooh.
It's approaching.
Ooh.
It's getting quicker.
Well, I don't like this. Do I see it yet?
Well,
No one saw it except
yeah,
Nix,
so
I think.
I might want to know what
Oh,
Nix
then
wants to do. She's got 6 seconds. 5, 4.
I'm gonna cast command and
One.
tell it to stop where it is.
Casting command.
Drop.
Oh, cast command.
Alt.
Throw it up there for
Go,
me.
Nick.
Yep.
Get it up. Come on. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So you're spending a spell slot to cast command.
I say halt. I halt the thing.
Ooh.
What's your DC? What's your spell save DC?
It was +6 before. Spell attack. Save
Yep,
DC.
Save DC.
14.
14. Nicole. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, you're glad I didn't shoot something at it.
I think my problem is my computer is just completely on the fritz. It's not even dealing with this. I think I need to rebuild my machine. So I think, can you? I mean, I can do it manually.
Yeah, just roll.
It's just
Have you got a
it's not.
20-sided dice there? We'll believe it.
I'll go get them. If
Yep.
you can someone talk amongst themselves? I'll just go grab them.
Talk amongst us.
Talk amongst yourself.
Entertain yourselves.
I have a more important question. Why was she wearing a guitar?
She's a bar? No.
A keyboard guitar.
A key car. A key tar.
Thing is, like, Nix has told someone to hold. Can I throw my invisibility ring back on and, like, tap out for a second?
Yeah,
Sure.
Will, can you do a perception check?
You're just gonna disappear.
I can.
Thanks. Oh shit. Yeah.
It's not
Not
looking
looking
good.
good. You're not looking at anything. You're just like going, what the fuck are these people? What's going on? Okay, you slip your invisibility ring on. Those of you in your party notice, but Ringo does not.
So much more fun being invisible.
Okay, Nicole.
Oops. Yep, 20-sided. One moment. Let's get them all out from way before.
You can roll
Roll 20.
Yeah.
20 as well, electronically.
Right. Well, I just manually rolled, and it's 19.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with
19. You feel this sort of wave of power come across you, this sort of innate sort of almost like telling you to drop to the ground, but you shake it off and you continue to run towards these people who finally, some glimmer of hope, you had seen this bright light coming down as if someone was holding a very bright torch. It almost seemed like the sun itself had been brought back down. Having spent many hours now trying to get your bearings, this is the first sign of any kind of life other than the scent of death that you just passed. You're now running back towards it. Have you got a hickey, Nicole? Is that why you've got that up?
No, I get cold. It's like quite cold in here, and I'm like, it's
That's
winter.
all right.
for
That's
me.
all right.
And I do have a follow-up question. Were you wearing a keytar before?
That I'm a bar. Oh,
Ah!
So easily.
Didn't save on
Sorry,
that
Dave.
wisdom saving throw, did we?
I didn't. No, there's nothing to see here. That's
Nothing
just
to
you might
see
be
here,
thinking.
okay.
Might be the shininess of Goldie. I mean, sorry, Fate or Damage.
This is a
Oh.
train wreck.
So what we'll definitely do
Yeah.
between games, Nicole, is get your character into the Roll20 campaign. So I don't think you've done the join link there, but that's cool.
I thought I did.
I'll
I
send
thought
it
I
through
had.
to you again
I
now,
tried.
but while we talk,
Okay.
yeah. So what are you going to do? You're running towards them, and you felt this this wave of go across.
Is it an actual wave of what sort of feeling?
Well, you just
sorry?
felt like someone was trying to compel you to, to drop to the ground, but you've sort of fought it off.
I'm going to I like to investigate a bit further.
Well, there's this group of people. There's there's Lord Benton. He looks like he looks. There's Nyx. She looks like she looks. There's Ludicrous. There's some strange guy called Ringo who looks very strange.
Right. Well, I'm a charming individual, so I will just assume that I can rely on my charm and it cost whatever may befall me, I can deal with that. So I will, because I have quite good acrobatics, I will do a sort of backflip and just go off into the shadows and just observe a bit more and see if they come over to me. I'll just wait and see.
Okay, so roll your acrobatics, and you do a roll. So the party see. So Nyx, you've cast this spell. You've now alerted your party by casting, and you see the creature running towards you. Suddenly now do an acrobatic roll, and what did you roll? You're rolling real dice still, or you're back in Roll20 now?
Yep, so I rolled 14.
Yep, so you managed to execute the roll, and you're now at the side of the path, crouching down, I assume. Did you want to say anything? Near about now 25 yards from the lead elements of the party, being Lord Benton, the invisible Lady Rach.
What ho, friends, I come in peace. Do you fancy some mead? And I have plenty to share. I'd be delighted. I've just recovered from a shipwreck, and I'm in need of sustenance and good warmth and cheer. What can you provide?
I say, oh my god, you were this freaky creature coming out of the shadows, and I hit you with a spell to get you to stop what you were doing.
Yes.
You didn't. You backflipped into the garden. So who are you?
My name is Fury Elemental.
You scared the shit out of me, and that's why I had to hit you with something to get you to stop doing what it was you were doing. So I'm Nyx.
Well met. Well met. I would have done entirely the same. We live in interesting times, so.
Wow. You said mead?
Mead, homemade with my own bees that I've raised from. But I left them behind. I'm now adventuring.
Shipwrecked.
So
Oh, you
I have
don't
been
have any mead?
I've been shipwrecked and I've washed ashore in this misty isle. My ship was lost completely, and I saw the broken hull of the Fast Lily, and I thought I would investigate and
Are you
see
tracking
what.
us?
No, I'm cold and in need of good cheer, and I would like to share with you my gift of song. Anytime, any requests?
We were on shipwrecks as well. Ringo crashed out of an aircraft. We have no idea where we are or what we're doing. We've been tracking these footprints in the mud. There's some ravens above who are tracking us.
Right.
Not a clue. Plus, we just found a campfire with half a dead body buried in sand, clawed to death by some kind of wolves. So we're pretty shit scared.
That sounds deeply unpleasant, but
But can you play some Duran Duran?
right, yes. Which particular request would you like to make? I'll just,
I ran.
Which one?
I ran.
I ran. Okay.
Flock of Seagulls.
Oh, well, no, I was like thinking it was Duran Duran. I was asking for a particular song in Duran Duran. You know, the Reflex. So I'll work on that in a moment.
Have you got music?
Probably
I
don't
do.
play
I
a song
actually
right
have
now.
oldie worldy songs like Wassail, and I've planned to play songs that were oldie worldy, but I can bring Duran, no problem.
Okay, don't play now because I just turned my drift globe off so that people wouldn't find out where we were.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll be delighted to entertain you when we have recovered and dealt with that half body lying in the wherever it was. That sounds really unpleasant. So
It's pretty unpleasant. Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't walk into that fire that's over there. It smells
No.
like death.
no, I won't do that. No, I'll be keeping away from that and drinking some more mead. Here, have a flask and a flagon.
have mead.
Everyone.
Okay,
Yeah,
Lady
I've
Rach, at this
taken that
stage,
lead.
what are you doing? You're invisible. You're seeing Nick's now engaging. What did you want to do? Will's just popped his head out of warp drive. Looks quite impressive when he comes in and out of.
I don't know. There's alcohol involved, so I kind of want to take my ring off, but I just put it back on. So
This mead is all mine. I've just taken all the mead from this new character. I'm
I
like,
have
it's
more beer.
lunchtime.
It's not
haven't
quite
eaten
lunchtime,
anything.
but it's getting close to midday.
Mead master.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
I'm going to stay invisible, but can I keep walking up the path?
Yeah, so you're going to go ahead now. Okay,
Yeah.
Can you roll a stealth, thanks? Nicole and Ringo, I need you to do perception checks, please.
Ludicrous is going to continue tracking those footprints.
Well, you're coming with me then.
You mean you're coming with me?
No.
I'm just
Yeah, you got pretty crap.
not looking
All
good.
right, what did you
Not
get,
looking
Nicole?
13.
Okay. Yeah. Lady Rach, you managed to move ahead. What's the rest of the party doing now? You continuing to head. So what you know, Fury, is that that the road goes ahead a little while. Hang on, that's probably too loud. That's my fault. Sorry. How's that? It has automatic volume. I'm gonna have to get that. Can you guys hear the music or?
No, I can't.
A bit, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear it. It's probably about 100% too loud.
I wonder if you've got it
I
up
can
too
hear
loud
it
or something.
softly in the background.
That's interesting. Because we're getting the echo from you. Ben, have you got music playing? Have you just got it down low, or can you hear it?
I can hear it very faintly.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's very loud for you, Lucas. Check your Roll20 settings on volume, maybe. That could be master volume level, I don't know. Anyway, we'll work that through.
And I got notifications.
But, yeah, odd. Alright, so Fury, you know that what you know is that way, the forest opens up into a bit of a plain, and that there seems to be a river far off to the south. So you can impart that information, but the party is now, I guess, continuing on. Is that what you guys are doing?
You're going in the direction I
Yes.
was.
So
yeah.
you're going back that way.
Came
Yeah,
from- right.
still tracking those footprints.
Yep, the footprints go about another 200 yards, and then they turn around, and you suddenly realise that the footprints in fact belong to Fury, because they turned around, stopped, moved back and forward, and then ran back towards you. So then you double back a bit and you check, and yes, you can see that they've come back to the point where you go, where you met her.
Damn.
Sorry, everyone, false lead.
But you didn't see the encampment or the body?
I didn't see the encampment or the body, I don't believe.
So you saw this tent. but you didn't. You stopped and you were too hesitant to go in, and you continued on past it. Do you continue to the southwest?
Right.
Yeah, so south by southwest.
Yeah. So, as you can see on the map there, suddenly the forests give way. You're on a little bit of risen ground. Through the mist now, ahead of you, a couple of miles, you see a village.
Yes.
And this incredibly high jut of rock with a castle streaking into the sky.
Oh, Jesus.
Castle's
Great.
The river,
How far ahead am I now?
I beg your pardon.
Sorry, how far ahead am I from everybody else?
So if you look at that image, if everyone's there, you're just at the where it starts to turn around to the left in front of old mate with the sword, which is probably Lord Benton.
Oh, so they can still see me.
Well, you're invisible, aren't you? So
Yeah,
no, they can't.
but if I took my... If I suddenly take it off, they'll see me.
So the fog is cleared. Can I see that village?
Yeah, that's what you can see. So you've come out of the thick, oppressive fog of the forest. You're on a bit of a rise. You can see it falls down now into that valley. The river that you had seen previously, Faree, you now can see. You have actually, you've seen the river, but you hadn't actually gone this far. So you hadn't come around the corner to be able to see this village down below with this towering castle on a jutted piece of rock looming upon it. There seems to be a church just below the castle, just outside the village or at the edge of the village. And pretty much what you can see there is what you can see.
So anything that I observe, I convey to everyone behind me, and I say, "Let us get out of these woods.
No,
Let us
everyone's
get
with
away
you.
from these
Sorry.
wolves."
Yeah.
Yep.
But you
We're all walking behind. Yep.
Let us enter this village. It seems more safer than the environment in which we have just come from.
Sounds good.
these crows flutter, and now head towards the village, but seem to be flying over it, and then they begin their ascent up towards the castle itself.
Can I shoot down a raven? How far away is it?
I'm going to give you an opportunity if you wanted to shoot down a raven. What are you going to shoot it down with?
My crossbow. My light crossbow.
At disadvantage?
Oh, sorry, I already hit the button. Otherwise, I would have done the fancy thing.
You strike a raven. The bolt lunges into its form. And just talk amongst yourselves for a moment. Wasn't expecting that. Thanks very much. There we go.
Okay.
I've been watching too much Game of Thrones lately.
Is that what you've been doing in lockdown? Catching up on
Telly. TV series. I've got them on DVD.
Got it.
So, let me draw the picture. Let's use, do you still have that image up, Kelly?
No, I close it,
I'll bring it
but
back up for you. Wait.
okay.
It should come back up now.
Yeah.
So, the crows took off. The ravens took off. The crows, as I said, are flying across there. You bring your crossbow bolt up and you told me you were shooting a raven. You see a raven. It is beginning to, well, it's in flight as well. However, it's transiting to further along the river. The crows have gone this way. The raven has gone this way. You bring your bolt up. You fire. The bolt strikes true, dead center into its chest. It's about 100 yards away. As it's falling, it's the most bizarre thing. It's as if, as it falls, it forms into a human body and plummets into
Creepy.
the fields below.
Wow.
Ooh.
See that, everyone? Cool.
I think you just killed a
Yes, nice
person.
one.
No, she killed a bird.
Go loot the body.
Angle it up a bit so it looks like a wolf did it, and then we'll throw them off us.
Nice.
Done. It's 100 feet away. What the fuck was that?
It's a bird person.
Okay.
Like freaking.
Well, if no one else is
investigate.
going to loot the body, can I skip ahead and loot the body?
It's 100 feet away.
It's,
Not only like
so
30
see how
meters? Not a
how
lot.
in here the road continues down to the left, and there's this drop down to the valley in front of you. Well, the raven,
Where?
the raven,
What?
the raven has
Ooh.
plummeted. Might have been a bit of metagaming there. The raven has plummeted for the road there down into shrubbery and bush land about 100 yards in front of you.
Lady Rach, if you want to go loot.
The were-raven.
Yep. You
Yeah. I
Go
want
for
to go loot the were-raven.
go. Run into the scrub.
Yeah. Were-raven?
Where, Raven?
Yep.
So is anyone? So just Lady Rach is going.
I'm still going. What the fuck just happened?
So I want to know what everyone's going to do. Lady Rach, you're going to move to where the body fell in front of you, with your ring of
Yes.
with the ring
Proceed down the
invisibility.
road towards the village.
Yes.
Lucas, what's Ludicrous doing?
Proceed down the road towards
Okay.
the village.
Lord Benton.
I'm gonna stick with Lady Rach and go check out
So
that body.
she's invisible. You don't know that she's there.
Oh well, I'm gonna go check out the body seemingly on my own.
Nix,
I'll say
you're
hi to you later.
confused. Are you once you've finished being confused? Are you going to follow Lord Benton or follow Ludicrous?
No, I don't want to split any packs. No splitting of parties. I'm just going. Wow, that was.
So you're
an
going to split
excellent
it three
shot
ways by
of the
staying
Raven.
still.
I'm
No,
so
that's great.
impressed.
Great idea.
And Ringo,
No, yep.
what are you going to do?
I'm gonna go towards the town.
So you're going with
head off that way.
Ludicrous. And Fury, welcome
Yeah.
to this band of strange people who have shot a bird that's turned into a person that's
Yes.
plummeted down in front of you, and now they all seem intent on going three ways. So what are you going to do?
Well, my natural instinct is to like support. So I will just I will follow Lord Benton and try to be supportive in some way. Maybe I'll sing a song, and cheery song about blackbird in the dead of night. Maybe I'll sing a Beatles song.
Right, there you go. So Ludicrous
Yeah.
and Ringo are heading into town. Nix, are you going into town or are you going which
All
way?
right, I'll go into town. I kind of want to hear what happens with the were-raven though, but I begrudgingly
messy.
follow Ludicrous and
Is
Ringo.
that because Ludicrous is the
I'll
real
be
leader?
like- I just don't care so much for looting the possibly naked man that just fell from the sky, but I'll be like, hurry up, Rach. We are going into town. We are going shopping. We need some stuff.
Ooh, dude.
Lord Benty, come on. Chop, chop. Hurl.
The fact that it's where may be a bit dangerous too.
It's dead, though.
Is it?
Is it?
Well,
Is
I'll
it
go
though?
there and make sure it's dead.
Is it?
I am brave.
Well, we'll soon find out.
I am brave. Hear me, core. All right.
That's funny.
That's funny.
All right. Can I go and look at the dead crow?
Yes. So, Lady Rach, you're ahead. You can see the body ahead of you about 10 yards at this stage. What did you want to do?
Is it wearing clothes?
It
If
is
I can see
wearing
it.
basic clothes, yes.
Basic clothes. Okay. I want to. Can I quickly pat down the body before Venti gets there?
As you approach the body, it moves
Oh shit! I should
and
have.
it goes,
Oh!
me. Please help me.
Ooh.
There's no sign of any armament, any weapon. Help me. And it's as if,
Okay. I'm gonna go.
remembering you're invisible, it's as if it knows
Yeah.
that someone is there.
Okay. Can I whisper quietly because I'm
Can you-
invisible and say, what would you like me to do for you? How can I help you?
Just a venti latte, thanks.
I've been...
Let me grab your frappuccino.
Where? Who's speaking to me? Are you one of his... Are you one of his creatures? Leave me be. At this point, Lord Benton,
I
you
think
arrive. And you hear this creature
Thank you, sir.
saying, leave me be. Are you one of these dark... Are you one of his dark creatures? Leave me be.
Oh, it's sweaty.
How dare you?
You're not even
Yeah,
there.
you're
You're down the
right.
road with bloody Ringo Starr and bloody...
Sorry, I was mettering for Benty.
So can I do? So I hear this, and can I summon Mage Hand and just have it kind of like
Poke the humanoid on the ground.
the body?
Yeah, you sure can.
Just like probing him, seeing if he's, because I don't quite trust him.
So he
And so
now,
after
as
Mage
you
Hand is floating
approach,
over, I'm ready
he
to
now
fireball.
stops, he orientates, he says, who? There was a voice, Who are you? Help me, please. You're one of the newcomers. Please help me. There's something here. There's something unnatural here. I heard a voice. But please help me. I've been wounded. I need to get back to Valakai to tell the others of your arrival.
And I go, why should I trust a bird man? I saw something get savaged by wolves a while back. And then I see you turning into animals. How do I know that you're not the one who attacked that camp?
Yeah.
Yeah, can't trust this cheeky Charlie.
Nope.
You refer of Darwin. Yes, it was unfortunate. He was taken by wolves. My name is Anton. I am a member of Keepers. I am a member of the Keepers of the Feather. We are in Valakai, and I was sent to watch and wait for you to make sure that nothing bad happened to you on your way to. He seems to be fading.
Oh, can I go, Benty? It's me. And take my ring off.
No, and
Let me just do a
I'm not even
Constitution
surprised.
saving
Like, yep.
throw because you just
Oh,
scared the
no!
shit out of him.
You're gonna give him a heart attack. Oh my
Save
god.
him.
That's brutal.
What happens when you take the ring off?
Oh,
Does
he
he live?
lives, but
Oh,
he sort
oh.
of fades a little bit there. It's like,
I thought you had to do the Constitution saving throw, and I'm like, are you about to get fucked up because you took this ring off?
you nearly killed a guy by taking your ring off. Oh my god. You meant to do that when you put the ring on, eh? Boom. Hey?
Yeah.
Everyone else got that. That's great. I thought that was
Get
pretty funny.
Can I say, Benty, I think that we should try and carry him down to the town. Like, he doesn't seem like a bad guy.
If you could cure me, do you have any?
Can we
do you have
investigate
any healing
first?
balms?
I was going to say, can I do an
Do you have any
insight check?
healing balms or any way to hear me?
I don't think I have anything. No, I don't. I don't. Sorry, mate.
I know a guy who does.
I
have a
best.
water skin,
I
can give
do
you
not
some-
want to go to Barovia, but you must. You must go to Barovia. Find Irene and get her to Valak for its fatal. And with that, he
I
passes.
feel like buffering.
What?
You killed him.
He's dead.
He just died. We've got to remember all that. That was really important stuff.
Yeah, it was like, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's gone through a tunnel. Can we loot him now that he's dead?
Well, seeing as Reggie and I are alone at the moment, can I, so Bence, I managed to score 2 darts.
I was like,
Give one to you.
he got really emotional. I had to console him. Like, you owe me one. I'm gonna keep this.
Fine, I'll give you 2 darts.
I don't want fucking darts. What am I gonna do with darts?
Dude, what do you want from me?
There will come a time where I will call on this favor.
Alright, fine.
For me, my real currency is accumulating favors.
He's eating an orange.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
I really want to test this dart on somebody.
So at this
So
stage,
Nix is
what
going to
it-
yell out,
so
"Come on, guys!
you're about
We're going in
about
town."
100 yards apart.
darts on-
So
I don't know, but okay.
I'm doing these ones.
okay, so Nix, Ludicrous, and Ringo are on the road, and Nix, you're calling them up towards you. Is that right?
Yep, I'm doing a silent.
Hurry
you know,
up! Leave the dead raven thing, whatever.
Yeah.
Did we check the body?
I thought Benty's mage hand.
Benty's
did.
mage hand poked
Okay.
it, then it like started to get really.
Oh, then it died.
like- and then it basically died by as it was dying. It was saying a few things. Now, Fury, where did you go? Sorry, you went with Lord Benton, didn't you?
No, I was actually behind. I was
Yeah,
behind
that's
Lord
what I thought.
Benton,
Yeah,
and
so
I was
you've
listening
just
to
witnessed
that,
all
and
this.
just
And
Yeah.
and it's odd because you did notice
I
a
didn't.
raven earlier in your journeys, looking down from the trees when you first found yourself washed ashore. You're not sure if it was the same raven that was shot out of the sky by Nix, but it was a raven all the same.
It would be good to take some identifying item from the corpse to kind of, so that if we meet someone who knows them, we can actually enter that later.
And accuse us of killing one of the members? Sorry, I'm not there. I can't comment.
Maybe you're right. I was just like thinking
Take
it
his
might be,
head,
so
take
that-
a hand, you know.
For Suvi.
Which I do have a follow-up question
Is
about
this your
around
husband?
Stipe's head.
No.
Was it follow-up
head's
question?
not there.
What?
No.
Ludicrous was collecting body parts last game.
Oh, lovely.
Oh,
Right,
lovely.
so at this stage, so
Sneaky
can
hands.
the party that's with the fallen body, what are you now doing?
Well, we checked it. There's nothing there. So, is it easier to keep going down the hill and like skip the loop in the path, or go back up? What's the terrain?
You're probably better to go down the hill, and because you'll marry back up with the road. So about 200 yards,
Done.
200 yards ahead.
I forge ahead.
So you just leave the body there in the long grass and forging ahead. Does the rest of you do that? Lord Benton and Fury?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So, Nix, you see them
Yeah.
starting to walk, and they're sort of indicating to you that they'll get to the path up ahead. As you saw from up there, the mist is less outside of the forest, but it's still grey, and the clouds, and it starts to sprinkle a little rain. For several hours, you continue on towards the village, or about another hour and a half, 2 hours.
Can I turn my drift globe back on again so they can like see us to follow my light?
Oh no, you guys are back together. You know, it was like, yeah.
We are
200
back together
yards.
now?
But did
Okay.
you want to put the drift globe on?
Yes.
Yeah, to see through the mist, I'd like to.
Mist is parted. We can see the village.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave the drift
So you're
globe off.
keeping it in your left-hand pocket, just to be sure.
Such a shit stirrer, this guy.
Yes.
Hmm.
Left
Pocket.
pocket, drift globe. Okay, thank you. Okay, so as you continue on, after a couple of hours, you make it into. Let me just center your. Does that help? Yeah, there we go. You continue on, and you come. Suddenly, tall shapes loom out of a dense fog that has now covered the village in front of you. The muddy ground underfoot gives way to slick, wet cobblestones. The tall shapes become recognizable as buildings. The windows of each house stare out from pools of blackness. No sound cuts the silence except the mournful sobbing that echoes through the streets.
Creepy. So it's about 2 or 3 in the afternoon now.
Right? Yep.
Is there anyone around?
Empty streets.
Is that a dead body I can see hanging from the
There
sign?
sure seems to be something like that.
Hmm.
That's not ideal.
Doesn't seem very pleasant.
Suddenly that mournful
I've got
sobbing
investigation. Oh.
echoes down through
If
the
there's
streets.
no one around, who's sobbing?
Echoes around down through the streets.
Okay.
And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight's game.
Cool.
Oh.
Thanks, Duncan.
That was good.
Get to go
Thank
shopping
you.
next game.
Yeah, so we can, if we want to do, we can probably do every 2 weeks, say, for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that, 7 to 9:30. If you guys are keen, while we're still in sort of COVID lockdown and everything's all difficult. If you guys are happy to continue on like that, we'll look at something like that, hey? Does that suit everybody? If it doesn't, just send me a private message and we can work that out. With this game, what we're going to be doing is I will be leveling you through milestone, but I will award experience points after each session. As normal, I'll be maintaining a journal. So in the journal for each date will be the experience points table and any inspiration that might have been awarded for your efforts this evening. Highly unlikely. But I'll also do a DM's journal, so I'll just document in short form what you guys have done. I'll throw in some pictures to help set the scene. There's an adventurer's journal there where you guys should be able to record your own thoughts and recollections as well, if that's what you want to do. Bearing in mind, most of you know I reward for journaling. But the way it'll work is you'll get experience points that will go towards leveling. So the experience points each session are not designed to represent necessarily encounters, although if there are encounters and battles and some people do better than others or kill more things or whatever, there will be an unequal distribution of experience points, but it's all about me leveling you through this campaign in a controlled fashion. Given that you're all level 5, don't expect to be leveling up anytime soon. But at this point, you've just entered into the edge of the village of Barovia. The fallen raven is some many miles behind you, now being consumed by the crows. And as we leave, the echoing sobbing continues, and the dungeon master just checks once more. Left-hand pocket of the drift globe nicks. Thank you all. Good game. Hope you enjoyed it.
Glad you got it.
Cheers.
Thanks, Stone.
Thank you.
Guys, take care.
I'll set up my
I've sent
check.
you the link on for the D&D Beyond campaign, and then if any concerns, we'll sort ourselves out through there. Hey, Will, that's all good. You're right to stay up to 9:30. Your mum's letting you do that, so
Yeah.
So you'll be right to play again too.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Cool.
Yeah.
Don't stuff up and lose your tech time. Rach, are you back at work? What's happening with
We're 10 people.
10 people? Cool.
So, yeah, open for 10
That's
people.
great. Well, it could be better,
Yeah.
but
Good to
hopefully
have
we'll get there.
Yeah. So no, it's better than nothing. So I think we can seat 600 and we got 10.
There
So
you go.
Wow.
fully booked, which is
Cool. And Nicole, Dave's
Right.
busy, as I assume, still?
Yeah, so it's not sort of partly the people checking tracing have stopped today, but it's still continuing, and in Queensland continuing for a bit.
Yeah.
So till September if the borders stay shut.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, so he's pretty busy, but hope July.
Yeah.
How is Tassie, Lucas?
Cold and spooky, but for one of the rare instances in my medical and military career, I actually feel I made a difference.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Mm.
So
Yeah, no, it was good. Quite an exceptional circumstance. That sort of thing you don't hear, or it just doesn't happen. What we did, really. So yeah,
in the community, yeah. I mean, I know Bernie.
So the military being deployed to essentially be the sole staff for an within Australia operation running healthcare. It hasn't happened ever.
Wow, gosh. And did you